All right, we got Thursday night football tonight. We're going into week 6. We got some predictions today. So, starting off Thursday night, we got Niners in Seattle. You know what? I was leaning towards the Niners for this. I was like, maybe, but you know what? I'm going Seattle. Oh God, hold on. Give me 1 sec. All right, my bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking Seattle. You know what? Seattle's playing at home. The 12-man is hard to beat. The Niners dropped a game against Arizona. They haven't been looking amazing. So, and Seattle's due for a little bit of a bounce back. So, I like Seattle going into this week. I think this is going to be a close game. I know I say this every week. Like a 21-24-ish game. It's going to be won by a field goal. It's going to be real close. Jacksonville and the Bears. I love Trevor Lawrence, but I can't entirely believe what Jacksonville's got going on yet. They just haven't really proved it. Doug Peterson just hasn't shown me that he can get it done. So I'm gonna take Jesus Lord, whatever. All right, I'm taking the Bears here. The Bears at home. Caleb's been kind of balling out, and that Bears defense is no joke. I know I talk shit on Caleb and stuff like that, but DeAndre Swift's kind of getting going, which is opening it up for Caleb Williams, and he's starting to find DJ Moore, which I've been kind of waiting on. So with Swift kind of getting that momentum, DJ Moore and Caleb finding their rhythm, and that Bears defense being no joke, and Jacksonville just not entirely piecing it together, I'm taking the Bears at home. Taking the Bears at home. Oh, I guess they're not at home. They're in London, but I'm taking the Bears in London. Cardinals and the Packers. I'm going with the Packers here. The Packers offense is, with Jordan Love back in there throwing to Jaden Reed. They're going to get Romeo Doubs back this week. Josh Jacobs started kind of doing his thing. They went back to not splitting handoffs and feeding Jacobs like they should be. I don't know. I have not seen anything if Alexander, is he back? I don't know. Let's double check this. Jair Alexander. Injury report. Okay, so he was limited in practice yesterday, so he's a game time decision. Especially if Jair plays, I'm going with the Packers. Packers at home, Packers in Lambeau. Packers in Lambeau are in general are hard to beat. So, and the Cardinals, I know they beat the Niners last week. It was fluke. It was it was just a crazy. It wasn't a consistent thing that I think is going to keep happening. So I'm taking the Packers. Colts and the Titans. I don't like this game. I don't like either team in this fucking game. I'm going to say the Colts are going to beat the Titans. But I'm going to bank that prediction on Jonathan Taylor playing. And I really don't like... If Anthony Richardson plays, I don't really like the Colts either. But as a whole, the Colts are just a little bit better of a team. The Titans just... They have nothing going on. Nothing is going right for them. So I'm going to take the Colts. Just because the Titans are a little bit of a dumpster fire right now. Houston and the Pats. Houston's winning this game. The Patriots are going to run Drake May, which I am excited to watch him. But it's his first start. Houston's a tough defense. They have a great pass rush. On top of a great offense. Yeah, Drake May might throw the ball 50 fucking times, but Houston's winning this game. Bucks and the Saints, same thing as the Houston game. Tampa Bay is going to beat the Saints. The Saints are running some rookie that I don't, honest to God, even know his fucking name. Give me one. We'll look him up quick. Rattler? They're turning to rookie Rattler. Spencer Rattler. It ain't happening. Did he play last week? Give me a second. We're going to pull up week 5 real quick. Is that who came in for him at the end of the game? I don't want Gamecast. God. I hate this setup. It's so dumb. Could you just... All right. I just want the box score. Is that who came in last week? No, it's not. Okay. But, so this dude didn't even get to start last week when Derek Carr went down. Once again, the Bucks have a solid they're not top 5, right? But like they're a mid-tier defense. Baker's balling out. Their run game's good. They're receiving, like, the Saints are going to have to try to keep up. And we saw what happened last week when the Saints were trying to keep up. Even with Derek Carr in there, they struggled. With a rookie QB, like, the Bucs defense is going to eat. We're taking the Buccaneers over the Saints. We're taking Philly at home, especially, like, and the Browns suck. Like, they need they need somebody else. They need a different QB. Watson ain't out. He's washed. It's over. You guys made a terrible, terrible contract deal. It was a bad decision. It's time to just eat it and move the fuck on. So the Eagles at home. And I think A.J. Brown should play this week. So Eagles over the Browns. This one's interesting. Because Jaden Daniels has been balling out. He's looked real good, and that's great. I know I've been skeptical. I know. I've been the skeptical guy on this, but like, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna take the Ravens at home. Baltimore is a tough defense. This is the first time Jaden Daniels is gonna have, and Jaden Daniels could prove me wrong. Part of me hopes he does. I want to believe in this. I love believing in a rookie cute dog. Jesus. But I'm gonna take Baltimore at home. I think that Jaden Daniels is going to have to play against a tough defense. I just don't know that he's going to ball out. Like, he's been balling out, but he's played really bad defenses. I've said this in the last 2 videos. So I'm going to take Baltimore at home. And the Commanders don't have a great defense in general. And Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers are going to light that shit up on top of Lamar. Chargers and the Broncos. This one was interesting. I went back and forth on this one quite a bit. I kind of wanted to go with the Chargers. I like Jim Harbaugh. I like what he's got going on. They're another one that, like, they don't really totally have it together, on top of, like, they don't have a true number one. It could be Johnston. It could be McConkey. I think it's supposed to be Johnston. But they're going to have to play against Pat Surtain, who has just locked up everybody, which means they're by default going to have to play one man down. And Chargers already don't have a great passing game. So I'm going to go with the Broncos. Denver, I don't know that I've ever picked you all year, but I mean, off the top of my head, but I'm going to take Denver at home for this one. I think that Denver's defense and just that little bit of offense is going to carry them over the Chargers. Pittsburgh and the Raiders. We're taking Pittsburgh. I think Gardner Minshew's got benched. Aiden O'Connell's coming in, but I don't know that he's a better option than Minshew. And Devontae Adams isn't playing, and Pittsburgh's defense is amazing. Justin Fields is really developing far better, which is impressive. I like Justin Fields. So I think I'm taking Pittsburgh over the Raiders. Just with Aiden O'Connell coming in, no Devontae Adams, I just don't think the Raiders get it done. Especially with, like, potentially, like, Devontae Adams wants out of there. Sounds like potentially it could be hearsay, but Max Crosby might want out of there too if Devontae's leaving. So it's just, they got a lot of behind the scenes trouble right now. So I'm taking Pittsburgh. Lions and the Cowboys. Ooh, this is a good one. I am taking Detroit. I'm taking D-Town on this one. The boys have been good. They can't run the ball, and like the Lions can. These two teams are very, very close as the way that they operate. They have pretty aggressive defense. I'm pretty certain Micah Parsons is still not playing, but they both play pretty aggressive defense. They got big play players like CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra and Williams and Tolbert, but one team can run the ball and one team can't, and I think that plays a huge, huge role in this. I think Detroit, because of the run game, are going to beat the boys. The boys just can't run the ball, and that is a huge problem. Like, Rico Dowdle did okay last week, but like Detroit's got a wicked fucking up front, and like their front seven is nuts. That being the case, Rico Dowdle is not going to cut it, and neither Zeke. So they're not going to be able to run the ball, which is going to make them be a one-dimensional team, and I think they're going to chase the Lions all game. So I'm going Detroit. ATL and the Panthers, as much as I'd love to pick the Red Rocket in this, I'm going ATL. I'm going ATL in Carolina. Like, ATL, they showed up. And they've only progressively got better. Cousins is finding that rhythm. They have a good run defense. and like the Panthers heavily rely, like whether they do good or not, relies on whether Chuba Hubbard can eat, and like the Falcons have a massively underrated run stop. And Cousins is like, those pieces came together last week. The week prior to that, they looked a little iffy, but they still won. Like, Atlanta's on a hot streak. I'm riding Atlanta. The Dirty Birds are taking it home. Bengals and the Giants. I hate to do this. If my son watches this video, I am sorry, kid. He's a huge Bengals fan, but I'm taking the Giants. Malik Neighbors is back this week. Tyrone Tracy looked amazing last week. Daniel Jones got it done without Malik Neighbors out there. Wan'Dale Robinson stepped up. I don't remember the other receiver. I don't remember. They had another receiver. Darius Slayton stepped up. Like, the Giants got it done last week without Malik Neighbors and without Devin Singletary. I personally think Tracy's going to take over for Singletary. Singletary is going to come back. They'll split handoffs, but Tyrone will eventually outpace him. But the Giants looked good. The Bengals, their offense is clicking. T. Higgins looked good. Like, Burrow balled out. He threw for 5 tutties against Baltimore. Like, they looked great. This is prime time. The Bengals defense just is terrible. They're so fucking bad. That being the case, I'm taking the Giants, because the Giants don't have a terrible defense. They get after the QB. They can stuff the run. I'm taking the Giants. And Monday Night Football. This one, I came in. I want to believe in the Bills. I hate Aaron Rodgers. I'm taking the Jets. I am. The Bills I don't know what happened. Their play calling's been wildly questionable. And the Jets, I just think they're due for a bounce back. I think that defense coordinator taking over, they just fired their head coach. They have that, their DC took over as interim head coach. I think he's going to be hungry. I think he's going to be aggressive. I think we see a week 3 Jets show up this week. And I think they just go in there, and I think the Bills are going to come in and just get worked by the Jets. I think Breece Hall's going to get a heavy load, and I think Rodgers is going to ball out. As long as his knee is not giving him trouble. I have not seen any bad reports, but just he did go down against the Vikings. So that being the case, but I'm taking the Jets. So that's what we're looking at this week. So we are taking, just a quick recap, Seattle, Chicago, Green Bay, Colts, Houston, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Denver, Pittsburgh, Lions, ATL, Giants, and the Jets. That is the predictions this week. We did terrible last week, but we are in for a bounce-back week. Let's go.